Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dominique for all of the new people here and all of my returning subscribers. Thrilled to have you back. So today's video is going to be dedicated to protein overload, how to tell if you have it, the symptoms, and how you can reverse it. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that little bell next to the subscribe button so that you do not miss any of my content here on YouTube. All right. So what is protein overload? It's basically an imbalance of moisture and protein in your hair. You can easily tell if you have protein overload by doing the strand test. And that's when you take a strand of your hair and you gently pull it apart. If it breaks readily, that means that you have protein overload. Healthy hair generally stretches and goes back to its original state. If your hair is stressed, when you pull on that strand, it will break easily, mainly because it's dry or damaged. So how do you tell if you have protein overload? Well, basically your hair will feel stiff and very dry. It will lack any sort of movement. It will look frizzy. It will get tangled really, really easily. And you will notice a lot of shedding and breakage. It will seem like your hair has changed texture. Our hair is made up of keratin, which is a protein, and protein-based hair products are generally quite beneficial. If your hair is suffering, you can use protein-based conditioners, shampoos, whatever, to fix those weak bonds, those weak spots in your hair and strengthen it up so that it becomes healthy and shiny and strong. But what I've noticed over the last few years is that all hair care these days seem to contain proteins. And that means that every which way you turn, your hair is getting bombarded with all sorts of proteins. So when you look at the list of ingredients on a particular hair care product, proteins are listed as many different names. It could be hydrolyzed keratin, hydrolyzed silk protein, hydrolyzed oat protein, hydrolyzed rice protein, amino acids, oat flour, so on and so forth. If the protein is listed within the first 5 to 10 ingredients, you can be sure that that is a protein-based product. If the protein is listed more towards the end, I think it's safe to use that product a little bit more regularly. So I use protein-based conditioners, but I used to use them every single week. But I wasn't quite sure what I was looking at. I wasn't quite sure what I was using when I was conditioning my hair and shampooing my hair. When I took it upon myself to get educated about lists of ingredients on hair care products, that's when I noticed that I myself was suffering from protein overload. When I reduced the amount of proteins I was using on my hair, I felt like my hair bounced back. So there are a few things that you can do right now to overcome protein overload. Protein overload is not a hair death sentence, but it will take some consistency on your part and a little tender, loving care to help your hair bounce back to a healthy state. Have a look at your stash of hair care products and for now eliminate all protein-based products. Look at the list of ingredients. If there's proteins, any of those proteins that I mentioned, the hydrolyzed keratin, hydrolyzed this and that, any of those proteins are listed within the first 5 to 10 ingredients, eliminate it for now from your hair care regimen. If the protein is listed more towards the end of the list of ingredients, I think you're okay using it minimally. I wouldn't use the product weekly, but you may not have to eliminate it from your hair care regime altogether. Secondly, find yourself a good clarifying shampoo to strip that protein buildup out of your hair. I use Paul Mitchell's shampoo number 2. It is one of my favorite shampoos of all time. I've been using it for a really, really long time. When I suspected I had protein overload, that is the first thing that I reached for, my clarifying shampoo. Hopped in the shower, washed my hair twice with that clarifying shampoo, just to strip all of that protein buildup out of it. The next step that you should consider to get rid of your protein overload is to deep condition your hair with a really thick, rich, deep conditioner that does not contain any protein. You can deep condition your hair using a mix of natural oils or an at-home conditioner recipe that you concocted yourself. So some really solid at-home conditioning recipes that I've seen that I feel would work really well are mixing natural oils together, such as castor oil, Jamaican or Haitian black castor oil, almond oil, and adding things such as honey. Honey is a humectant, meaning it draws water, draws moisture. So if you were to mix those things together and make a sort of hair mask and apply it to your hair, you can even mash up avocado, any of those thick, rich, natural products, and add it to your hair as a deep conditioner. For the next step, take your deep conditioning process one step further. Once you've applied your deep conditioner to your hair, wrap up your hair in plastic wrap or a good old-fashioned plastic bag and get yourself a heat cap. I had a heat cap for years that recently broke, and I finally replaced it with one that I found on Amazon. And what I do is I add my protein-free deep conditioner to my hair, wrap it up in a plastic bag, and I put my heat cap on. And I will just leave that on for about 15 minutes, and then I rinse the deep conditioner out of my hair. I don't shampoo the deep conditioner out, I just rinse it out. I've also been testing out some new products. I went ahead and I ordered the Haircare line. So here is the Humecto Cream Conditioner. I mix Haitian black castor oil into this stuff because I feel on its own, it's just a little too light for a deep conditioner, but when you mix oils into it, it's incredible. So I add my oils to this, and then I add it to my hair, and then I add the heat. The heat opens up the cuticle of the hair so that moisture from your deep conditioner can sink into the hair shaft a little bit better, healing it from the inside out. For the next step, after you've washed and deep conditioned your hair, use a solid moisturizing leave-in conditioner. I can't stress this enough. So I also ordered the Haircare Detangling Conditioning Mist. I really like this. It's a solid detangler. It's very moisturizing also. So I spray it into my wet or damp hair. I carefully detangle and then I air dry. The last couple of times, so the last time I washed my hair, I actually did flat iron it, but after using the Haircare products that are all protein free, it felt really great and tangle free. So I'm really liking this line. It's very gentle on hair. Basically, you just want to up that moisture as much as possible. Like moisture, moisture, moisture is your friend if you have protein overloaded hair. Next up, don't forget to moisturize and seal. So you guys know that I'm a huge fan of the Luster's S-Curl Curl Activating Moisturizer. So I will add this stuff to my hair in sections, and then I seal it with an oil. I will either use my almond oil or the Olaplex No. 7 bonding oil. Both of these I like very much. This one's natural and you can find it anywhere, whereas the Olaplex is considerably more expensive, but it's lovely. I feel like it does a really good job at sealing your ends, sealing the cuticle of the hair. I moisturize and seal my hair every single day. When I flat iron my hair, I use a serum as my moisturizer. So I really like the Paul Mitchell Super Skinny Serum. That is basically my serum of choice when I moisturize my flat ironed hair. I don't like to use the Luster's S-Curl moisturizer on my dry flat ironed hair because it just causes it to revert. I mean, you can, but if you want to maintain that flat iron look, that's the wrong product to do so. Another serum that I really like is this L'Oreal Dream Lengths Sleek Frizz Eraser Serum. It's really, really good at making your hair shiny and sleek as it promises. Another tip that I would suggest for repairing your protein overloaded hair is using Olaplex No. 3. This is a rock solid treatment. So you apply this to your hair during the hair washing process, and I just think it's such a great treatment for repairing any sort of damaged hair. One thing I should mention is when you're moisturizing and sealing your hair, really focus on the ends. I like to focus from this point to the ends because that is the oldest part of your hair. That's the part of your hair that you really need to baby. You really need to treat well because it's the most prone to breakage. So really focus on the ends of your hair, especially if your hair goal is retaining length. Lastly, choose a low manipulation hairstyle. You don't want, if you have protein overloaded hair that's, weak and is suffering, you don't want to do braids or too tight weaves or really complicated hairstyles, because that will just stress your hair even more. I love wash and go buns. Wigs are a great option. Just choose hairstyles that don't require a lot of messing with your hair leading to excess breakage. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have protein overloaded hair, these tips and tricks will really help you bounce back to a healthy hair state. If you suffered from protein overload and you found things that really worked for you, if you found tricks that really work for you, please share with everybody. This forum here is to help everybody get their best hair possible, so sharing is caring. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at dominique.baker, or you can follow my Instagram, which is totally dedicated to hair, which is at Style Domination. I also have a blog, styledomination.com. Don't forget to check that out. And if you're looking for even more relaxed hair care tips, join my Style Domination Relaxed Hair Care Society on Facebook. We are almost at 1,000 members. I am so pleased at how that group is growing. So thank you so much for watching. It means a lot to have you support me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!